I never really was too sure what to believe. With every single thing that people say nowadays, it seems like anything is possible. But there's one thing that I learned through all of it. A negative mind will never make a positive life. It'll just never work. I've tried. The concept of hating yourself into loving yourself, or even knowing what you need to do. It all comes back to you. Your playing ground. Your mind. When I was a kid, all I wanted was a good life. To mean something. I'll say it. To be somebody. But as I got older, I slowly realized something. I was no one. Nobody but myself. And I wasted everything. You know the saying, you waste time, time wastes you. And I spend every single day of my life right here on this bed. Every single day of my life right there. Crisscross applesauce every day. Come home, didn't care what I was doing, no homework, I didn't care. Right on the game. Or a phone. Never going outside, never making any friends, never wanting to talk to anybody, always wanting to be alone. I was a quiet kid too. Maybe you were too. It doesn't get you anywhere. It gets you nowhere. I'm telling you that from firsthand experience, and I'm really sorry. But going out there and doing, when you do nothing, that's exactly what your life becomes. Nothing. Granted, you might get lucky. You might meet somebody or do something cool or discover something that you're good at. And if you do, hold on. But don't make it your life. Not like I did. Because your feelings will consume you. It doesn't matter about the information you have. It doesn't matter about the information. Because what you feel just takes over. So that's why you should go out there and just be kind, Love the people you love. Be the person you wish you had. We all claim to have so much love to give in our lives, but here we are giving none to ourselves. But a negative life will never make a positive mind. Do not let your environment dictate you. You dictate your environment. The same water that can make an egg hard, boiled, can make a potato soft. So watch yourself. Even salt looks like sugar. It's impossible to tell the real from the fake. But you'll get there. But that takes us back right to the beginning. That your negative mind, that if you never believe that happiness is possible, that if you never believe that you're worthy, well, then you never will be. This is what life is all about. Okay? Not your problems, not your minuscule problems, because life is so much worse in your head than it is in actual reality. Okay? When you break down your problems, when you realize that your job fired you or your ex no longer loves you, it's okay. Okay? Perhaps they never did. Okay, but you need to realize one thing. Something you don't learn in school. You were a human being. You're alive. You are not just what has happened to you. You are not just your sad story. You're here. And you can make this life into whatever you want it to be. Okay? You can do anything. Just not everything. Okay? You're not a human doing, you are a human being. That means you can go out there and do whatever it is you want to do. I promise you. I promise you from the bottom of my heart that if you actually go out there, you put in the effort into whatever it is you want to do, that business idea, that stupid dream of yours. If you keep going, if you never stop, you will do it. Something will happen for you, okay? Because this world rewards good people. Okay, no matter how much the world tries to make you think it doesn't. Okay, here we are on planet Earth in a universe, wherever. This is our home, our planet home. A lot of people tell you you only live once. You live every day. You only get to die once. You only get to make one story. And the best part is you get to be it. And you can make it into whatever you want it to be. So stop living in the past. Stop living in a future that doesn't even exist yet. Stop worrying about what's next and focus on what's now. Focus on the people that are here, not on the people that are gone, unfortunately, because it is exhausting to miss somebody every single day. I can tell you that. Forgive. I know I talk about not forgiving, but don't just forget. You don't need to forget. You can forgive, but don't forget. But listen to this. Forgive your parents for everything that they've done to you. They have given you the ultimate gift of life. Forgive the people that have done you wrong because they know no better. It's everybody's first time living. But it's yours too. And if somebody does something to you that you wouldn't want done to you, then walk away. Because it's just not worth it. Life is too short to be miserable, to be unhappy with your predicament. So live. Laugh, love, embrace, say the thing you want to say. The truth hurts sometimes, but sometimes it can be so beautiful. Tell the person that you love them. It might be your last time. You know, but a negative this will never make a positive this. Because when you change the way that you look at things in life, well, the things you look at change. Maybe you could start to finally see the beauty and not just the gnats attacking me. And every little... I'm gonna touch grass. A lot of people say I don't touch grass. Be grateful for what you have. You know, because if you're not grateful for what you have right now, the phone, the internet, the computer in which you're watching, the people around you and love you, if you even have one person, because you are lucky to even have one person that cares about you in this life, then you will never be grateful for what you have, ever. So live a life that's worth living. Don't just sit back and think that you're not worth it. Because you most definitely are. You see, when you focus on what you lack in this life, you lose what you have. But when you focus on the things you have, you gain what you lack. You know, because life is not some giant 1,000-piece puzzle. You know, because life is going to hand you puzzle piece after puzzle piece after puzzle piece. You know, and you're going to see that they don't quite fit. And after a while, you're going to realize that you were actually the piece that didn't fit. But listen to this. It takes somebody a really long time to realize how depressed they really are, how messed up and cruel the world is. But it will take that person even longer to realize that it never had to be that way at all. I'm just kidding. Enjoy life. You know, what even is this? When was even the last time I even did this? B. You never had to do anything else. Focus on improving yourself, not proving yourself. Focus on improving yourself, not proving yourself. Because after a while, you'll realize something. You never had to prove anything to anyone, not even yourself. So stay positive and enjoy life. Because it's the only one you get. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.